story. Iran's foreign minister telling CBS News there are no negotiation talks in the works to bring war with the U.S. and Israel to an end.
Iran's leader says the country is prepared to defend itself, quote, as long as it takes. This directly counters President Trump's Saturday remarks that Tehran is ready to negotiate. Meanwhile, the Trump administration announced plans to send up to 5,000 additional sailors and Marines to the Middle East to support ongoing military operations. The CEOs of some of the largest airlines in America have signed a letter to Congress urging them to fund the TSA during the partial government shutdown.
Yes, passengers across the country are running into long security lines. Those are some travel headaches. Tim McNicholas has more.
TSA staffing challenges are colliding with a spring break travel rush, made even worse by a weekend snowstorm in the Midwest.
Absolute mayhem, if you ask me.
More than 300 TSA officers have resigned since the partial shutdown started, and unscheduled absences have doubled, according to the federal government. President Trump blames the funding lapse on Democrats who refused to approve the Department of Homeland Security's budget unless GOP lawmakers and the White House agree to changes to ICE, including requirements for agents to wear IDs and remove their masks.
Get these guys paid.
Chris Sununu is the CEO of Airlines for America, the trade group that represents the airlines, urging Congress to act.
Please pay these employees. Have your political fights on the side, but don't drag down the entire traveling American public because of it.
The TSA says it's adjusting operations to deal with the staffing constraints.
I think the longer it goes, more and more TSOs, as they're called, will call out and not show up for work.
A union representative for 45,000 TSA workers says some TSA officers are picking up second jobs or even selling plasma to make ends meet. He says the officers are tired of being, quote, political pawns in the middle of a tug of war. Tim McNicholas, CBS News, Newark, New Jersey.
Well, the National Transportation Safety Board has released a preliminary report in its investigation into that deadly Beaver Lake plane crash. Kim Sweet died after his single-engine plane crashed into the lake on February 26th. Investigators say the aircraft was an experimental plane and had not been flown in more than 2 years. The report also says Sweet performed maintenance on the plane before taking off. He was flying the aircraft from Ozark Aerodrome to Springdale Municipal Airport. The NTSB says that the wreckage has been recovered and will be examined as the investigation continues.
And the next phase of construction on the Springdale Northern Bypass is moving closer to completion. The project will create a divided 4-lane highway along 412. The current phase under construction is a 6.2-mile segment between 412 and 112. Once complete, the bypass will eventually run from west of Taneytown to just west of Beaver Lake. The project will also include a connector providing direct access to Northwest Arkansas National Airport. Dave Parker with the Arkansas Department of Transportation says one of the biggest challenges has been funding.
We still spend about 70% of our total monies just maintaining what we have. So it's not all about building new things. Most of the attention still is about maintaining that interstate that's been there for a while. So number one challenge has been funding.
Parker says even with those challenges, crews have made strong progress on the second phase of the project. That phase is expected to be complete as soon as late summer.
A church on the U of A campus in Fayetteville now has a brand new home for more than 65 years. St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church has been the home for thousands of students and even local residents. About 2.5 years ago, the church was torn down to make way for the new $15 million building. The pastor says it was important for the new church to have some of the old.
All our altars are from the old church, the stained glass, the statuary stations, and a lot of new things. And this stuff looks better in here in the new than it did in the old.
Well, the new church also has a student food pantry and study areas as well, 24-hour secure chapel and classrooms. Well, the Razorback basketball team will enter the NCAA tournament as a number 4 seed. They'll take on Hawaii this Thursday. Over the weekend, the Hogs defeated Vanderbilt 86-75. That's to win the SEC tournament for the first time since 2000. The sports team from our sister station in Little Rock was in Nashville, sharing how fans are reacting to the Hogs' upcoming matchup.
We're on the West Coast all the way till the Final Four. The selection committee didn't do us any favors.
I like the chances. As long as we stay healthy, Darius Acuff, game changer. I mean, give him the ball, good things happen.
I think we're as good as, we can play as good as any team in the country, but we're going to have to show up. If the Florida Razorbacks show up, then we're in trouble, but if today's Razorbacks show up, we can beat anybody.
The Hogs' next opponent, Hawaii, finished second in the Big West Conference. If Arkansas wins, they could face possible matchups with Wisconsin and one-seed Arizona. And a reminder, 5 News Bracket Madness is back. You can register now to make your NCAA tournament picks, then see how your bracket stacks up against the 5 News team. Just scan that QR code right there on your screen to sign up.